What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats Film Session. And today, man, we just want to highlight a couple of the things that Larry Ogunjobi has been doing well to help this team out, man. Some of the things that he's bringing to the table. Really excited about what he's been doing, and obviously coming off of this Cleveland Browns game, I thought that he really started to come into his own, and we're starting to see and feel his productivity and his impact as well. So as we always do, that's Larry right there. We'll play it in full speed, and after that, we're gonna break this thing down. Alrighty. So first off, man, I like this design right here, man, because obviously it's a 5-man pressure, and the way that they're doing it, obviously Cam's coming here, you're gonna have Tyson coming here. Highsmith, he wants to win in this gap right here, that front side. You obviously have Malik Reed on the backside over here. So what you're doing by scheme alone, you're getting Larry inside of this guard right here, right? And all you're telling Larry he has to do is beat this blocker. If you beat this guy and get vertical, this is a sack, or this is at least going to be a pressure. And this is something that's schemed, and I like it because it fits what Larry brings to the table. Larry is a guy that, even dating back to his time in college, he gets off the ball. He's explosive, man. He shoots through these gaps. I love his first step, and that's one of the things that is highlighted on this play. So as you can see, we said by the design alone, he has to beat 77. 77 can't reach him. 77 can't cut him off. So he knows 55 has to go front side because of Alex Highsmith right here. And that's going to keep him, in terms of this center, facing this way. So it's going to force this to be a one-on-one. But by Larry's alignment already being inside, he knows, I don't need to worry about this guard. I need to get my hands on this guy's back and clear his hip. If I can clear his hip and get vertical, now I got a chance right here. So as we continue to play the play, what does Larry do? He first comes out the gate, getting hands on this guy's back, on 5-5's back. Now he's working clearing it. Once he clears it, excellent job of getting north and south. If you continue to drift this way, well, this O-lineman is going to keep pushing him by. He's never going to be a factor in this. But because Larry's able to get north and south, now he gets this tackle, or assume this guard on his backside, and now he's going to be helping Larry to get vertical to get to this quarterback. Nice job right there by Larry in terms of just getting vertical, making sure that Jacoby didn't have any other way, giving him a one-way go. He could only go to his right, Larry's left, so he knew that, but he also knew that he had a containment out here. So excellent job right here getting him down. But I really like this play from Larry though, man. Just in the sense of understanding what the call is, understanding the blocking scheme as well, and knowing who you need to attack. He's not looking at 77. He's not worried about 77. I like the fact that he even tilted his alignment to go ahead and highlight that, hey, I'm trying to beat 5-5. If 55 blocks Larry, then Highsmith should trigger and beat 75. But because 55 chose to go to Highsmith, there is no way Larry should be losing this. And that's what Larry does. Gets off that ball, gets vertical. Nice job getting a sack, man. Big play from my man Larry. And like I said, man, it's good to see him out there having that type of productivity. Alright, now before we break down this next play, make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button if you have not done so just yet, and hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss any of this content. But on this next particular play right here, gonna highlight Larry Ogunjobi just once again showing, some of his pass rush ability and just ability to disrupt the timing on some of these plays and stuff like that. So that's him right there circled up, play it in full speed, and after that we're gonna break this thing down. Okay, so the first play we talked about, the steals were in their nickel or sub package ball, so that's why you saw Larry shaded over here to a one technique or a gap technique, right, on this center. Now we're in the base personnel, which is our true 3-4, right? So 3 down linemen. You got 1 is Cam, 2 is Tyson, 3 is Larry. You got your 4 LBs, okay? So that's your true traditional 3-4 look. So we know in this particular case, Malik is the guy that's coming. Alex is going to be dropping out of here. So contain-wise, in terms of rush lanes, Cam Hayward has to contain. Tyson, just make sure he's on that side of the center. And then for Larry, he's going to essentially have a two-way go on this guard right here, okay? So as we start this play off, And this is also different in the sense for Larry that, man, typically when you're talking about Larry Ogunjobi, he's more of a 4-3 D tackle, right? So he's accustomed to being more on these guards than he is as a true 3-4-5 technique DN type, where he's out here, you know, inside shade. He's in a 4 right here on this tackle, but he's used to being a little bit more inside. All right, so that is a part of just him being in this 3-4 defense. Some of the things that we're asking him to do, showing that he's still capable of that with his positional flexibility. But once this play starts, we see right now, okay, it's defined. Like I said, Highsmith, he's out of there. So Cam is not, he's one-on-one right now, but essentially he's not, because Jedrick Wills, the tackle, is going to be able to come back to help him. But everywhere else, that's a one-on-one, one-on-one, and a one-on-one, all right? So we've been asking, all right, with no TJ Watt, how do you mitigate that loss? How do you, you know, find ways to get more productivity from this group minus TJ? Well, this is how it has to happen. You have to win your one-on-ones. So right here, you see him, he's riding on the long arm, and he's not winning right away, but what I like is the conversion right there, man. He converts off of that long arm, and he swims off of that. Okay, so that's the long arm that he has right now. The arm over, give it to me, clears his hips. Now he's able to get in here. Should have been a sack, but good job by Jacoby being able to get rid of that ball right there. But really good job, man, by Larry, just showing off that, hey, man, it's not always going to be a beautiful rush. It's not always going to be him winning because of his get off like he did in the previous clip. Sometimes he has to outwork guys and go to a counter move, and that's what he does here. But I like how he's still gaining ground, and then once he feels that offensive lineman settle right there, now he's working the conversion off of that thing, man, and going with the arm over to get off and clear his hips to ultimately get a hit on this quarterback. But more of this, and we've been seeing more of that from Larry as the season's been going on. Remember, he's a guy that missed a good amount of time this offseason recovering from a foot injury that required surgery. So he's still getting back into, you know, his traditional mode and stuff like that, man. But I really thought that he stood out at points in this game with some of his get off and just being able to be a disruptor. But I definitely like this play from Larry, man, just being able to show that he can put a little bit more in space. But even when he is technically not just winning, he's still able to, you know, outwork a guy and then show that second part of this rush to ultimately get a big time hit on the quarterback right here. So like I said, definitely like that from him. All right, now this final play from Larry, we're just going to show him in the run game right here. All right, wanted to show it from the, you know, all 22 angle, the sideline copy, just so you can see some of the penetration that he gets. And then after that, we'll play it from the end zone copy. We'll talk more about the details of what he was doing out there. But that's Larry circled up right there. Play it in full speed. After that, we're going to break this thing down. All righty. So first off, man, when we're looking at this play, once again, man, Steelers in their base defense, right? We talk about the 3 down D linemen, 1, 2, 3, 4 LBs, okay? And then this is just Edmonds walk down right here, okay? But when you're looking at this particular formation, man, this is 13 personnel, meaning 1 running back, 3 tight ends. Okay, 3 tight ends are right here, or I think that's actually a receiver. So it's technically 12 personnel. They just have this guy right here motioned over into a tight bunch right here with this tight end, which is Njoku, and then this is the other guy that they have at tight end. All right. So with this play though, as your inside linebacker, you're thinking, man, this is 1 back, 1 gap. All right. Now you see this guy, he's off ball, but he's very tight, so you're not necessarily worried about the tight end. I'm talking Njoku right here coming across the formation because his helmet is essentially, you know, waistline with this down tight end, so you're not really worried about that. All right. But the thing I like about Larry right here is just the penetration that he's getting from the side angle, right? So when you see right here where the ball was snapped, he's in that backfield. I like that, all right? And especially on this type of play right here, man, because on this type of play, which is the double, and we'll see it a lot clearer from the end zone copy, which is about to pop up next. Sometimes it's about, you know, those D linemen just being penetrators, man, just finding a way to disrupt this this style of play right here, all right? So once again, now we're going to go from the tight angle to really talk about some of the details. So Larry right here is in that 4-eye technique that we talked about, right? Inside eye of this tackle, okay? In all this play, man, it's a double, hard double, okay? So they're going to try, let me correct that if I remember correctly. That should be the hard double here, okay? Here, and you're leaving these 2 guys versus this guy. Hole here, and you're saying that they can't be right, essentially, okay? So good pre-snap communication between my man Miles and Devin right here. But for Larry, What he knows right now is, hey, I'm getting off this ball a little high with the pads, but he knows, man, I need to be a disruptor. I need to get off this ball fast and in a hurry. And you know that this double, he's going to come and give you some type of contact here, okay? Now, would you want him to be a little bit lower and more stout? Sure, but I don't hate it because, as I showed you from the wide angle, he's a yard in this backfield. He's making this line of scrimmage be recreated. Now, technically, this is a part of his area, right? Technically. But the thing that I like is this from Larry. Even though he is technically out of his gap right now, he has a yard in the backfield. Watch how he sits it down, foot in the ground, and condense this thing back. Also, good job by, I think it's Malik Reed on the outside, beating the tight end right here. But I like this part right here. When you see Larry put his foot in the ground, regain his foundation, and ultimately condense this whole back. So now Nick Chubb doesn't have this big two-way go to run through here. It's a lot harder, a lot tighter of a lane, and ultimately allows Malik Reed to come off of that edge, beating his tight end, which he does a really good job of to make this play. But like I said, man, it starts with my man Larry just getting off this ball. You're going to get the double team, and you're going to give up some movement on a hard double. You see that right there in terms of this guy? Yeah, he just chipped him. That's what you're supposed to do, right? And if Larry wasn't going this direction and he tried to sit in this gap a little bit longer, they would sit on this double team longer until they got to Devin Bush. But because Larry does kind of give up that ground while he's gaining the line of scrimmage and resetting it, you get this right here. Now, if Larry continues to let this let this guard push him across outside of this hash, there's a natural lane right here. And that's what Chubb is trying to find. That's what he's looking for. But because Larry is able to condense that, that's what goes away right here, man. So like I said, really good job by him. Even though it wasn't the most fundamentally sound play, you can still see why he helps this team out, man, and why he was such an intriguing player for us to be able to acquire at the time that we did. But like I said, definitely excited to see him continuing to grow, him continuing to get more comfortable in this defense, and just some of the things that he's going to be able to bring to the table for us. But as we always do, man, you let me know your thoughts on Larry Ogunjobi throughout these first couple of games, what you've liked about him, and maybe it's something that you want to see more of from him. But either way, I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of y'all, and until next time, baby, peace.